Hi there, my name is Seldom, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I woke up this morning, and it seemed that Santa came a little bit late. Well, we're not at 12th night yet. You know, we're not at 12th night yet, because I still got my decorations up. I still have my Christmas hat on. I keep going till 12th night, baby. I think I've got one mince pie left, which I'll probably save for then. Yeah, my wife makes my own, I say my own mince pies, because they really are mine. I'm the only one who eats them, but she, so the greatest wife ever. So I got one left, but I think Santa came a little bit late and dropped this new rumor from the Daily Mirror that Jodie Whittaker is leaving. At first, I didn't believe it so much, and then I saw it on Radio Times. And I believe it a little bit more then, but what's going on? Who knows or dare stream. Before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Thank you very much. Can you hit the share button? That's also really awesome. Can you comment? I try and respond to everyone's comments. YouTube likes comments, apparently. But mostly, hit the subscribe button, and elate Rabbi today. You know, it's early days in 2021. You probably haven't had a chance to enrapture a rabbi as yet. I'm offering you that opportunity. Just hit the subscribe button. Now, as a wee bonus for hitting the subscribe button, you can enter my weekly competitions. This is a fun old prize. Judge Dredd, the complete case files, complete case files, volume 10. Look at that. You can beat a world to death with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, I wouldn't recommend it. No, it's telephone directory size. This is from 87, I think, 87, 88. No mega epics, but just really good story with really good story. They got who was it? Kenny Who, the Art of Kenny Who was a great story. Steve Dillon, Cam Kennedy in Gibson, Brendan McCarthy, great art, just fantastic. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag Zarjaz, because it is indeed Zarjaz. Go check the video notes, everything you need to enter is right there. While you're checking the video notes, have a quick glance over at this link to my Indiegogo sign up. I'm building an email list to launch my Indiegogo, and I really got to get on top of launching that. It's got to be this month. I've slept it out way too long, and I'm really kind of excited to get started. So if you can add your email address to that list, that'd be fan-freaking-tastic. You know what would also be fan-freaking-tastic? That if Jodie Whittaker, Christian will leave Doctor Who and they retcon their existence away completely. Now, let me be clear. Their last story they did, Revolution of the Daleks, was by a country mile the best thing they've done. It was watchable in quite a few places, right? I mean, yeah, they put a lot of stuff in that papered over the cracks. The cracks are Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, who are both awful at the jobs. During season 11, I wasn't sure if it was just Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker was given terrible dialogue to work with. Season 12 confirmed that she has no clue what she's doing. I mean, I dare think it's beyond her. You know, I think a part of a real, fundamental part of acting is to find the truth, the believability in your role. And I think you've used the Doctor as a character that can't have any believability because he's in a spaceship with robots. Because she's basically a Karen, right? She's not a fact. She's basically a Karen, and so she does this bad impersonation of David Tennant. Doesn't really work. Mixed with her breathtaking, I don't know where I'm going, incompetent. And then Chris Chibnall writes her as an ineffectual moron. I don't know why. Again, look at the festive special. She was trapped in prison for decades, centuries, who knows. Couldn't get out. Completely broken, given up until a man comes and rescues her. I'm not making it up. That's what happened, okay? That's probably not what you wanted to say for your first stunning and brave female doctor played by Jodie Whittaker. So you had that, and then you had this really stupid idea. You had one set of Daleks created by people who were attacking the world. So she calls another far deadlier set of Daleks to deal with them, thinking she'll deal with them. It's just a dumb plan, okay? They worked out in here. What they should have done, what they could have done, without making the Doctor look like a moron, but have exactly the same thing, is have the Doctor say, I think we got an idea of how to deal with these human Daleks. And then the real Daleks show up, right? The real Daleks show up, and the Doc's like, now the danger is quadrupled, right? And he steps out, and the Doctor's over go, that would be heroic, right? That would be heroic. But they don't write her like a hero. They don't write her like she's smart, and that for me is the biggest problem. Now, can a female Doctor work? I don't know. I was open to the idea before Whittaker. I really don't know at this point. I really genuinely don't know. I think the received wisdom in fandom, in the fandom menace anyway, is no. It's got to be a male character. Well, Philip Hinchcliffe did say he's essentially an English gentleman, right? Which you can see as the through line throughout all the Doctors, with Krista Eccleston being like the reaction against that, right? The harsh reaction against that. But basically, is an English gentleman. I think you could probably do that with a woman. I don't know. But if Chris Chibnall's staying, probably no. Probably not. So let's read this article together. So again, this was originally in the Mirror. So I thought when the Mirror wrote it, it was a piece of speculation based on stuff that we talk about here in the Fandom Menace, right? I think, because my position has been not based on knowledge, but based on logic. Like, this is done extremely badly. I mean, again, it's worth noting their ratings were the best thing for the day for the BBC on New Year's Day, but given the BBC is a sinking ship, BBC gets approximately 50% of the ratings that it used to get just a few years ago. And I think that coincides with overwhelming polling data showing that BBC do not reflect the values of the British public. They reflect one set of values, but not all. I mean, that's really something that makes me crazy about Chris Chibnall. He's like, we got to be contemporary. We got to tie into the times. But he only ties into the bit of the times that he wants to talk about. He doesn't tie into the bit of times that are embarrassing him. He's supported very vocally. He supported along with the entire entertainment industry an anti-Semite in the last British elections, and that's not an opinion. It's an opinion. This is like the European. The European Human Rights Commission? And look, we Jews, we screamed at you for a long time. Like, this is the definition of anti-Semitism. This is that leader. And then they turned around and were anti-Semitic back to us. And they said, no. So that would seem to be something you can pull out of today's headlines, right? No, you just want to pull one thing out of the headline, which is why the British public has switched off from the BBC, at least 50% of it, and growing probably, and people do like balance and fairness, right? People do like tolerance and inclusivity, not tokenism, which the BBC do gleefully go in for. So with all that said, I was a bit astounded when the new Director General of the BBC came in, Tim Davie, and he said, "Listen, we gotta start connecting with the public again." So which me in my naivety thought. They've looked at the ratings and they've seen this is an utter failure, and everything is failing, and we got to turn everything around. No, he commissioned another 8 episodes. He would have commissioned 10 if he could, but he commissioned another 8 episodes of this nonsense. So I don't know what to tell you. And then also he said we got to stop our employees being abusive on Twitter to our audience. And then about a few weeks ago, you had Vinay Patel, who've written a couple of episodes of Chris Chibnall Doctor Who being abusive to fans online, telling them to get the F out. It's one thing to say things, it's another thing to do. So I don't know if this rumor is true, the bottom line. Because it makes a lot of logical sense that she would leave at the end of this season. It also ties into this video Nerdrotic put out, I think in June. It could have been way back there in June, which said that Whittaker and Chibnall will be leaving at the end of this season. Which, okay, fine, who cares? But the interesting thing there was it was blocked by the BBC. It was not allowed to be put out as intimating it might be embargoed information. So, there's that going on. It, again, makes logical sense. She will want to leave at the end of 3 years. That's a normal stint. For Chibnall, I don't know. Where's he going to go to is a question. I mean, it's really, after you've had such an incredible failure like Doctor Who, like, what do you do next? I mean, they say he's trying to line him up for Blake 7, but that'd be crazy as well. Like, I don't know. Do people like failure is the question. The answer seems to be. So, yeah, look, it makes absolute logical sense. However, it made logical sense they would have left already. Like, why would you stay after such an incredibly bad run, right? That's an incredibly bad run. And the BBC, I think, feel quite happy with the viewing figures for the festive special. Again, best they could do over the Christmas period, I think. It was one of their best things over this very, very high season, which was, and at the same time, what the lowest rated special of all time. One of the lowest rated episodes of Doctor Who of all time. It's in the bottom, I think, 6%. It's pretty bad. These are just metrics. These are just true. So, when I first heard, when I first heard about this, which was from a was it Hills versus Babyface video? During that video, he kept saying, "Oh, she had such a hard time coming in." I don't think so. I don't think she had a hard time coming in at all. I think everybody was really on board for her. I think she was given a really easy time. And I think that's probably why she's done such a bad job. I think people need to be scared of failing. And they need. Listen. I think a great example was John Barrowman. Now, he doesn't strike me as somebody who's scared of failing, but he loves the character. He loves the character of Captain Jack. He does have a professional history with Chibnall. Chibnall run. For my money, I think the best season of Torchwood, which was season 2, although I did like Children of Earth as well. So, and he loves the character. I think he doesn't want the character to go down in flames, right? I think he likes the character. He wants to see more of the character. So that's what being scared of failing is, right? I don't think Whittaker is scared of failing at all. I think she thinks she's the bestest ever because somebody who's so obviously and openly failed were lacking the self-awareness that they failed it anyway. Other than being quite funny, but I think it is indicative. So anyway, let's read this and see if we can piece together and guess what's going to happen. But after this article, I'm more inclined to believe that they are leaving at the end of at least Whittaker's leaving at the end of the season. Why? Headline: Jodie Whittaker rumored to make Doctor Who exit later this year. Speedily in our days. And I'm thinking. Listen, I don't think it'll be good with just Chibnall, with just getting a new Doctor, because he's really stunningly incompetent. He's stunningly incompetent. I just don't think he's somebody who can be left alone in charge of it. But like that drag factor of Whittaker, if it was somebody who was personal, somebody who has chemistry, somebody who was pleasant to watch, somebody who didn't act like a buffoon and a moron and was condescending at the same time. Somebody who you connected to. I think that episode would actually been like Doctor Who, right? I could have called it. I mean, still a Yaz in it. It was frankly awful. So I'm just experimenting in my head. Would getting rid of Whittaker be enough? Possibly is the answer. They have enough member bearers, enough things to paper over the considerable cracks, and then they get it again. And I think they did that in the special. The BBC has declined to comment on speculation about Whittaker's future. Now that is interesting, right? That is really interesting. No denial. Look, last time this happened was with Eccleston, and they came out with a confirmation he's leaving within 24 hours. So. Who knows? But the big question is Chibnall staying? By Hugh Fullerton. So Hugh Fullerton, if you don't understand, if you don't know, he is the shill in chief at Radio Times. Radio Times is, it seems to me, Chris Chibnall's go-to media outlet, and the go-to contact person for that is Hugh Fullerton. Hugh full of crap. So that he's put out this article, and he's always. Works very hard to support whatever the agenda of the production office is. The Christian production office is. That makes it very interesting, I think. Could Doctor Who be in for another regeneration? Well, obviously, and God, I hope so. That's the question many fans will be asking themselves today, with new rumours suggesting the current Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, is planning to leave the BBC sci-fi series later this year. Again, a 3-year stint is a 3-year stint, and I think she feels like she's done it, right? I don't understand why she would want to stay for it, other than she can't get other work. I mean, this really may have impacted her career. I think it probably impacted Chris Chibble's career a lot more. But again, I'm dealing with logic and reason, and logic and reason doesn't apply anymore, right? There is no logic and reason. According to the Mirror, Whittaker is set to make a grand exit at the end of the currently filming 13th season, at which point a new actor will take on the central role. And listen, if it's Chibnall, Chibnall is somebody who works very much with social demographics. That's how he processes things. He sees things. There's a new companion coming in, and it's essentially you look at the characteristics of the companions leaving, Ryan and Graham, and and they got somebody who can plug that in, who can appeal to that segment of the population, and also has a kind of like entertainery vibe, like Bradley Walsh did, which I think the show is really gonna need, really quite desperately. Again, I'm acting like this won't be awful. I don't know. I don't want to give you this impression. I just think it's probably going to be bad. Although, again, maybe they've learned some lessons and it won't be. It wasn't. This was not excruciating to watch. Like it's excruciating to watch. Star Trek Discovery, right? Or The Timeless Children, or basically pretty much any. It was like Orphan 55 was excruciating to watch, right? So this wasn't. Revolution of Daleks wasn't. It's currently unknown which, if any, of the actors would be in the frame to take the role over from her, and whether Christian will cast another female Doctor as a serious lead. Probably. I mean, it's got to be a black person, because, again, we're back in the age of racism. It's the 1950s, and we're looking at everything by skin color, and because that's what these idiot children have decided that's going to be the world now. When contacted by Radio Times, the BBC declined to comment without speculation, declined to comment on any speculation of Whittaker's future on the show. That's very interesting. It wasn't a flat no. That's very interesting. Every time it's been raised before, it's been a flat no. But it sounds like this has been on the cards for about at least a year. It's all very hush-hush, but it's known that on set that Jodie is leaving and they're gearing up for a regeneration, a source reportedly told the Mirror. It's whatever. So, look, if what they're saying is true, then and it's like public knowledge on set, it's going to leak out. It's going to leak out. Her departure is top secret, but at some point over the coming months, the arrival of the 14th Doctor will need to be filmed. It's very exciting. Listen, good for me. It's good for my channel. It's almost certainly going to be a massively inappropriate choice, but I don't know. Sometimes Chibnall just spins the wheel of fortune and gets lucky, right? Gets lucky, and the Cybermen design, for example, excellent. So maybe just by luck, he'll pick a good fit for the role, right? I mean, listen, even by law of averages, a chicken should be able to go across the picture, table of headshots and have more chance to pick out a better actor than Chibnall has so far. Originally unveiled to audiences around the world in 2017, and everybody was on board for it. Whittaker became the first female incarnation of the face-changing alien, the Doctor, when she took over from Peter Capaldi in the festive special Twice Upon a Time, last episode of Doctor Who. Not including her debut. Yeah, you're not including that. She's been in 22 episodes thus far, so I'll make it 30 episodes. Is it enough to... are you done? Can you just leave? Please, I just go. Look, she's badly. This picture says it all. Whittaker has a. Can I zoom in on this? How do I zoom in? I mean, we'll just make it bigger here. 1 second. I go wank. Look at this. So Whittaker has a stupid expression on her face, and she's badly running, coming out of a boring TARDIS into a more boring living room. Nothing says Whittaker's Doctor Who more than that. How do I make this smaller again? Okay, we go. I think I'm getting it. There we go, down there. Nearly there. A bit more. Does it all fit in the... No, nearly. And we're back, baby. Fine. She has faced a variety of classic Doctor Who monsters, not in her first year, Borefest, including Cybermen, Daleks, and the Master during her years in the TARDIS. But are these rumours true? It's certainly possible. If Whittaker were to leave after 4 years and 3 seasons, she'll closely match the reigns of predecessors Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi. Both had similar 10 years. Well, Peter Capaldi, I think, would have stayed for another couple of years. And that's the word on the street, right? Which, oh, God, it would have been so much better. But what would Peter Capaldi be like with Chris Chibnall? Oh, it's bad because Chibnall's just awful. But Chibnall couldn't do it. Chibnall can't have a white male lead because that's why they love him at the BBC, right? The BBC are so excited to repel half of their audience. And they're doing it. And the data is the data. Oh, I think this month or next month you get the sales data for 2019 for Doctor Who magazine. Can't wait to see how that's going. Although, still ticking. They didn't kill it. I thought they would, but they didn't kill it. As well as classic Doctors like William Hartnell, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, who all left after a few years. Half of those people we just mentioned were booted out the... No, 3/4 of the people you mentioned were booted out the door. However, at just 30 episodes, she's technically the third lowest amount of screen time. Who cares? Just ahead of Paul McGann. What? And Chrysler Eccleston. Not just ahead of Paul McGann. Of screen time... Paul McGann had 1 episode and 1 small episode. Had, an hour and 40 minutes? No, so not just ahead, significantly ahead. And Chris Eklund, a triple hit. What utter nonsense are you spewing, Fullerton? No, it's not just ahead. It's significant. And what about Colin Baker? Colin Baker did 2 years. 2 years he did, so how many stories is that? He got, Twin Dilemma, Attack of the Cybermen, Mark of the Rani, Vengeance on Varos, Time Lash. Am I missing one? Time Lash. Not great. Time Lash. The Dalek one. 2 Doctors. And Trial of the Time Lord. So it's 11 stories. Yeah, no, I'm so 11 stories. Sounds like, I think she got more screen time. That'd be 30 hours. Essentially 30 stories. I don't know, 11 stories, 50, averaging out 4 episodes a bit. Who knows? But who cares? Who cares? So it could be Whittaker would prefer to rack up a few more hours with the sun. I don't think she cares. Do you think she cares before she hands it over? So, I mean, yeah, it's a kind of a stupid metric that idiots would care about. So maybe she does. Maybe she does because if you're not new to my channel, you know, I don't really have a high opinion of Whittaker or Mandeep Gill's intelligence. Certainly Whittaker hasn't seemed too keen to give up the role in recent months. To even question at the end point of Doctor Who would be upsetting, she told the Telegraph. It'd be upsetting not to address it for Doctor Who fans. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, darling, swings and roundabouts. I had this idea that fame from Doctor Who would be like that Notting Hill image of Rhys Ifans when he opens at the front door and hold a paparazzi, and it isn't. No, it normally is. Yeah. Oh, God. It is, and if you bump into a Whovian, it generally makes both of your days. Yeah, but the trouble is, most Doctor Who fans don't like you. You know, you thought, oh, I'm going to be so popular being the Doctor. You thought, oh, everyone's going to love me. I'm great, me. Oh, it's going to be lovely. And she opens the door, it's like crickets, like tumble. Yeah, that's because you're shit. I'm like, really? Isn't that a big, like, yeah? But try to talk to Matt Smith or David Tennant. Oh, yeah, I was mobbed all the time. Yeah, me too. No, I always get left alone. They respect my privacy. Yeah, they do. That's what's going on, darling. There's something emotional, poetic, and very humbling. There's nothing humbling about you. You're not humble in any way. About being in the show. No, there's nothing humble about you being in the show. Because you're just a tiny little jigsaw piece. No, but I'm the best one. I'm the biggest jigsaw piece of the best as ever. Or something that should be that is so precious to so many. It used to be before you took a relentless shit all over it. Will 21 see Jodie Whittaker's grand goodbye or the 13th Doctor's just beginning? Time as ever will tell. God. So all I can say is this. if there's a most merciful God out there in the universe. And listen, I trust the good Lord's divine plan, even though it is said he walks in mysterious ways. I trust the good Lord's divine plan. I just hope that divine plan includes Jodie Whittaker leaving, Chris Chibnall leaving, and this entire era of Doctor Who being scrubbed from reality. That will be fantastic. Thank you so much. My name is Seldom, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.